My name is Kendall Robinson. This is Lashika Weatherspoon. Uh, she happily volunteered to be my mentee for my class for this session for session one. She also took the survey for me, and we did the educator individualized tech plan together. One of the three things that we'll do today is discuss the vision that I created for you, and we're gonna look at see if you want to make any changes to it. Also discuss the results of the survey and discuss the educator individualized tech plan. So we can either add or remove some statements. The vision statement, that I came up with was that we envision a classroom where technology serves as a seamless extension of teaching and learning and enabling students to thrive in a digital world. The teacher will feel empowered and confident in using various tools to foster creativity, collaboration, and critical thinking in the classroom. And that's just a little mission statements for us while we go throughout this process. The next thing I'm going to discuss with you is some of the results of the survey that you provided for us. I know it's been some time since you might have looked at the questions, but I'll expound on any uh, confusion that might have been in any other questions. One that I won't expound on too much was your feelings of aptitude related to technology use in the classroom. Uh, that response didn't really stand out too much to me. It was a six, so you kind of have somewhat of a good feeling towards it. But one of the next questions I do have on the survey that you provided was your feelings of willingness to utilize new technologies in your classroom teaching. On the survey, in particular, you selected that it was a six. Can you provide a little bit more information on why you provided a six?
You were already using technology in the classroom. Yes. However, we need to have more training in regards to without technology.
Well, good answer. Because for me myself personally, we just had a benchmark testing at our school, and uh, the program Illuminate, we really didn't get that much training on it or how to find the tests or how to find the constructive responses. And I kind of had to problem solve critical thinking and figure it out some type of way. But teachers do need to have more training on programs that they expect to use in the classroom.
Yes, and we also just started a program called and although we had a meeting about exactly what it is, we did not have any training on how to navigate the website for the students. So during that first day, it was kind of complicated with having the students access the website, getting them logged on and things like that. Now, when you took the proper training, that wouldn't have been a problem.
On a continuing, good response. Continuing on the survey, you also provided and a response. You said that your attitude towards digital technologies and teaching, in general, it was a four. So being that um, it was not as high as I would think in this teacher age that we are in. Why did you particularly choose a four for your attitude towards digital technology and teaching as general? I know for me, I can say that in general wise, you see a lot of kids don't have writing skills or their writing is very poor based on the fact that they always have an iPhone in their hand or an iPad and they um, don't have the writing skills that you would think usual seven, six, seven, and eight graders would have. So, what do you think about that?
I think that's a great way to that. It is poor. And you can see that whenever they are having access to technology and with their real responses. So I'm very much used to the paper and pencil old school way. I feel like they definitely need more practice with in regards to annotating text and just overall paragraph writing skills in general. more practice on those skills with just paper and pencil, that can potentially transfer into the technology department when they get on the computer and able to have responses.
And it's almost most of the it's almost the same question. That was in general, but personally, I could say that well, you already stated it, so you don't have to do it again. One of the other survey questions they have was the role digital technology plays in your students' progress. On the survey, you gave the answer 5 for this. Why would you pick a 5 for your students' uh, progress? So, for that survey question, I'll explain a little bit more in detail. I know if you were taking it, you probably been like, I don't really know what to ask, and I'm gonna pick something. But the role digital technology plays in your student progress. So, um, based off how you're using your technology in the class, whether it's being on a computer, when they have to critically think and answer a question, or even if it's typing or orchestrating their thoughts in sentences, are they gaining any skills in that form or fashion for that particular question? 'Cause I know that would kind of be like, if you're not really using technology in your classroom, the answer is probably be like, no, I'm not really using it to see too much, using it to see any progress with them. Whereas if you're using, paper pencil, you seeing them write constructive responses, critically thinking, or reading comprehension, you could be like, yeah, you could do the same thing on a computer. You can put reading comprehension questions, constructive response, depending on uh what educational tool is you use in program wise. But we'll move on from that one. Um, you stated that you stated in the survey that your general comfort level was a 3 with using technology in the classroom. And for this coaching session is gonna be my job to get you more familiar with easy tips and tricks you can use to get you more familiar with it and build your confidence for using it in the class. Because if you're not familiar with a certain program that they want you to use, for example, I wasn't really confident at first using Microsoft Teams in my classroom when it first came out. And our school kind of mandated that that's what we would be using. I didn't really like it because I didn't know the ways around it. Some of my kids knew how to cheat on certain quizzes and stuff I gave because I didn't know how to include a lockdown on it or lock them out. But as time progressed and I kind of played with it for a long time, I kind of figured it out and was like, okay, I know how to put. They do have the tools on it where you can lock students out from getting out of the browser, or you can randomize the questions. It's all kind of sort of things that you can use. So it'd be my job to get you more comfortable in doing so, and that being that we're gonna try to get you um higher than that. By the end of this, to get you more comfortable. Uh, challenging Pacifics. That's a key one that I wanted to point out. Talk about challenging key Pacifics. Critical thinking and improving students using technology. Uh, I like using Nearpod for some critical thinking exercises in class because they do have a portion whenever you creating it that you can give them the question, then give them a space to where they can type and respond, and also they can see what their peers have said on the board whenever you display it. So that's another tool I'll give you, and I'll show you at a later date that you can use in class. Uh, your challenge specifics and your challenge outcomes, the specifics that you stated were students getting off task while using technology in the classroom, and that is kind of a big one. Do you have a large class?
I have in the class of 32 in one house and then second.
Okay, so that is something that can be a deter from using technology in the classroom. If you have all these kids using a computer, going on YouTube and other little things, how can you stop that? I don't know if y'all have Go Garden at y'all class or not.
No.
No. Some schools have Go Guard and other tools where they can self monitor the kids while they're on certain computers whenever they sign in, and you can lock them out or exit out of certain windows on their computer. But they have some other things. I have to look that up and share with you more. Challenge outcomes. You stated be more comfortable using technology in the classroom. Trust students to use tech in class the correct way and not abuse it. And that's a whole nother uh, bigger thing to try to do. It's possible, but you got to keep teaching it and showing them daily what they're supposed to be doing while they're using technology in the classroom. The next thing I wanted to get with is to discuss with you your educator individualized tech plan, and we can add or remove some statements. I'm just gonna read uh, what you stated on it. Uh, so we have the chosen category and description, the mentee specific challenge. So as you stated, the mentee is going to get more comfortable in using technology in the classroom. Has a fairly large student have a fairly large number of students in the classroom, and it's feared that she may not be able to monitor students' usage of computers in the classroom, like you stated, for certain activities. You do have experience using technology in the classroom, but stated that she is beginning, you are beginning to lead PDs at our school professional development and want to get over, some tad bit of nervousness in presenting by getting more familiar with using tech in class. Also stated he wants to help discover more educational activities on the computer that she can incorporate in her lessons for students to actively participate in and also students to critically think and share their thoughts using these tools. That was fairly correct challenges that you stated. Um, you also have some previously attempted solutions that you have. What have you already tried? You stated that you have probably had tried like a little small near pod activity in class. Regularly uses PowerPoint in class to show students educational content like videos, pictures, demonstrations. You stated what worked. Nearpod worked really good in class, but the class engaged had the class engaged for the most part. PowerPoint showing lesson content, pictures, and videos. Now for the nitty gritty, what didn't work? Nearpod after a while, other lessons students lost interest and began wandering on computer doing things they should not be doing during the lesson. PowerPoint works, but after a while, students start to doze off and not engaged throughout the lesson, which is something I feel like everybody goes through at some point in time, especially um, with you trying to get more familiar with Nearpod, because that's the thing. Well, Nearpod has so much content on their videos that I mean not videos, but more so much content that it's hard to choose from what you want to give to your students. Would you like to add anything to what didn't work?
Well, one of the main challenges is really just them navigating to this other website. They're not staying on the task at hand. For example, just this past Friday, I assigned a student to complete an already lesson on summarizing informational text. And shortly after I assigned him the lesson, he navigated off and he was on Roblox. So that's just the main issue is when they do get these computers, they take it as an opportunity to do whatever they want and just not complete whatever assignment that's given. So that's just the
The only other thing I probably have to add is to see 'cause I don't know who is in your tech department, but try to see um what tools does y'all school have where you could prevent that from happening? Because I know um, for any quizzes or tests that I gave, I used a site called Peer Assessment that you can lock kids. I only got to put a certain code in, but I know more recently, GoGuard is the most recent program that you can stop kids from using uh, getting into other stuff on that computer. But your school has to purchase that for you to use. Um, Besides that, I would just say that, to build your confidence up, I know for me what worked was to continue to get familiarized with certain programs, uh, being familiarized how to use a computer, what issues you may run into. Because I had a lot of lessons where I started with kids, and the internet might have stopped working, and I might have been there like, well, what we gonna do now? And as a teacher, you kind of always gotta have a backup plan, a backup, lessons to give to them. But that would be my main thing right now. And our first coaching session is to get familiarized on technology, you know, what it works, what tools can I use, and to see what additional help you could get in that aspect to keep, your kids on task and not veer off from getting on the roadblocks when you're actually doing a lesson. Because, um, if you don't have a big tech department or nobody to help you with that, then it becomes a bigger issue. And like you stated, you're like, I don't really want to use too many computers in my class because I'm gonna have people getting on Roblox, people getting on YouTube, and that could deter people who not really confident in using it to be like, well, I don't feel like having to walk around class and be like, well, you need to close this out and you need to close this out, and students turn around showing people stuff on laptops. You'll end up saying, well, I'm just giving everybody the paper. So, being that this is our first coaching session, I got to see what we're doing on the next one. But that's the um, information I can lend to try to help you out. But thank you for your time. Sorry for taking up your time on this visit today, to talk this over. But other than that, thanks.